Let's say for this trick, I hand the deck over to the spectator, and they give it a shuffle. After they're done shuffling the deck, I would have them choose any card they would like, look at it, and remember it. So let's say they choose this card, and I'm not going to look at it, but here is your card. So go ahead and remember that for me. So now I would take back their card and say, okay, all I'm going to do is go ahead and lose this somewhere into the deck, just like this. And if I wanted to, I could give it a nice cut as well. So now I would instruct the spectator to go ahead and cut about half the deck over. It doesn't have to be approximate either. So let's say right about here. Now I would have them point to which pile they would like. Just point to a pile. So let's say they point to this pile. I'll say, okay, we're going to use this pile, and I'll hand you this one. What if I could get your card to jump into this pile somewhere in the top 5 cards? Or what if your card was here in the top 5? Now that would be pretty impressive. So let's go ahead and look. But before I show you these, if you see your card, I don't want you to say anything until the end when I ask you if you have seen your card here. So now I can show you. We have the Queen of Hearts, we have the 10 of Clubs, we have the 7 of Spades, we have the 6 of Diamonds, and we have the Jack of Clubs. Did you see your card? Yes, you did. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What if I could get your card wherever it is in this pile to travel out of here into this pile? All I have to do is snap my fingers and I can show you. That's the Queen of Hearts. That is the Jack of Clubs. That is the 6 of Diamonds. And this is the 10 of Clubs. So I'm guessing your card disappeared. Let's check this deck. So now I would have them spread the deck, and I would show them one card is face up, and hopefully it is their card, the 7 of Spades. So, that is the first trick we're going to learn in today's video. If you would like to learn how to do this trick, make sure to stick around for the tutorial. Okay, so today's video is going to be a different one. This is going to be my top 5 card tricks I would do whenever somebody asks me to show them a trick. Now, out of these 5, I don't have one I like more than all the rest. These are just 5 of them I would perform right on the spot, and some of these you don't even need a full deck for, which is why I'm gonna show you these tricks. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. Now these are actually the Super B playing cards, and I made a whole review on these, so I'm gonna leave that review down below and add it to the list here. So let's add one more thing. So I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this, and I don't remember if I ever uploaded this trick before, but this is actually called the Biddle Trick, and I'm going to show you 2 ways you can do this. The first way I did it was the original way. I'm going to show you one more way for beginners out there. Okay, so here's how you're going to do this trick. So you're going to hand the deck over to the spectator, and they can shuffle it up. After they're done, they're going to choose any card they would like and remember it. And the only thing is they're not going to sign the card, okay? Because you're going to try to find their card. And if it's signed, then you already know what their card is. So in this case, we have the 7 of Hearts. All you want to do, in any method you feel comfortable with, control this card set third from the top. Now, I did the overhand shuffle control, which I already have a few videos on, so I will leave that down below. I put this in my top 5 card control video, and I also made a separate video on the overhand shuffle as well with this control, so I'm not going to go over it, but that is what I did to put this card third from the top. And then I did a false cut, which I have a review on as well, which I will leave down below also. So let's go ahead and put false cut. Okay, so now once the card is on top of the deck here, or actually third from the top, you're going to have them go ahead and cut the deck. Now, it's better if it's right in if it's exactly half, but of course most people can't cut half. So I say go ahead and cut it approximately in half. And this is when some people get really close to half. So this is when we're good. I say, okay. Now you're going to do a magician's choice. You know the card is in this packet, so you want to use this packet. But I say, go ahead and point to a packet. When I say point, they're just going to point to one, and they don't know what's going to happen next. So they're not going to suspect anything when you end up using this half. So hopefully this is making sense. But if they point to this half, you can say, okay, perfect. You hold this half, and I will use this half, okay? Because their card is third. I'm actually going to leave this face up just so you can see what's happening here. Now, if they point to this half, you say, okay, perfect. You hold this half, and we'll use this half. So either way, you're going to have this half. And here's what you're going to do. You explain to them, I'm going to show you the top 5 cards here. If you see your card in this half, don't say anything until I ask you at the end if you've seen your card. If you want to do some patter about making their card come over to this half, you can do that as well. But now you're going to turn over the top 5 cards and you're going to grip them like this. So your 3 fingers on top, thumb in the back. Use your other thumb to peel off the first card, okay? And you can actually show them. And here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna come over with this card, and while you're peeling over the 4, you're gonna touch this card with the bottom of the packet like this, okay? And then peel over 4. This is just to hide the move you're gonna do. So you're right here. We have 1. Come over here. Remember, you touch the packet. Peel off 2. You're going to come over here, touch the packet, and right when you're going to peel off the third one, which is their selection, you want to make sure your pinky is in there to hold it for 3. And now you're going to come over, and with this pinky break, you're going to lift up on it, okay, right here while peeling off 4, and then kiss it and peel off 5. And now the card is on the bottom here. So I'll go over that one more time. Okay, so right here, we have 1. I'm going to touch the packet, okay? Still hold it and peel off 2. Now I'm going to put my pinky in, touch everything while peeling off 3. So now I have that pinky break. So I'm going to come over and I'm going to go ahead and lift up and grab that pinky break right here, okay? So here's the break. I'm gonna lift up on the break while peeling off 4. And then you can touch it and peel off 5. And I usually touch it one more time to square it up. Hopefully that made sense. But now the card is on the bottom. You can put this on top, making sure not to flash. And now you can either go straight into the reveal or you can do an extra thing I did. So I turn it over and I say, okay, did you see your card in this packet? And he'll say yes. I'll say, okay. So we have 1. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. But this time you're going to grab it. 2, I touch it. 3, I touch it. 4, and 5. Okay, and I show them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You saw your card in this packet, but what if I could get your card to travel from here to here? So now you can do whatever you want. I usually snap my fingers and I show we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, and we have 4. And that means in this deck, right over here, we have one card facing the other way, which would be the 7 of hearts. But in this case, it's gonna be face down. Okay, so now, the card would be face up, and you can show the 7 of hearts. Hopefully that made sense, but I'm going to go over it one more time showing the beginner way, just in case it didn't. Okay. Okay, so. Okay, so let's try this again. Sorry about me coughing. It went down the wrong windpipe, but let's try this again. Okay, let's try this one more time. When I drank, it went down the wrong wind. Jeez, I can't talk here. Okay, so for this trick, here's what we're gonna do. I can finally talk. When I took a sip, it went down the wrong windpipe. So I'm sorry about the coughing. But here's what you're gonna wanna do. You're gonna get a card selected. Let's say the 5 of clubs. And all you're gonna do is control it to the top. Now, if you're looking for a really easy way to control the card to the top, I have a video on the double undercut, so I will leave that down below in case you want to check that out. But once the card is on top, you're just going to do the same procedure. So they cut the deck about in half. You're going to magician choice this half, okay? So put this away. And you're going to peel off the top 5 cards. And before you do that, you're actually going to reverse count these because you want this card to be on the bottom. So you can say something like, okay, what if we use the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, top 5 cards, and I just reverse counted it. Okay, so I just peeled it off and grabbed it with my thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Putting that card on the bottom. So when you turn these over, you're going to do the move immediately. So now you don't have to wait for it. You can peel off the first card, and now you're going to load it, okay? The second card, you can touch it just for consistency. 3, 4, and 5. No need for a break. You put this half on top. You can do your false count if you would like to. You can show the card disappeared from there, and it ended up in this packet right over here. So, that is the beginner way to do the Biddle Trick. I hope you enjoyed this trick, and don't underestimate it, because this is a really powerful trick. Because how did their card travel from one packet to the other? And it gets some really great reactions. I hope you enjoyed that trick. Sorry about the coughing one more time, but we should be good. And let's move on to the next trick here. So for this trick, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle up the deck. The spectator can too. And they're going to choose any card. And this time, if they would like to, okay, It's not mandatory. They can sign it. So here's your card. Go ahead and remember it. I'm going to take back your card, and I'm going to lose it somewhere in the middle, just like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you if you have ever been to Vegas. But before I do that, actually, is your card on top? No? Okay. Is your card on the bottom? No? Okay. So now I'm going to ask you, have you ever been to Vegas? And it doesn't matter if you have or haven't. So let's say they haven't. I'll say, okay. Well, in Vegas, they have something called the sloppy shuffle. So they take some cards like this, they turn them up, take some more cards, and then turn those up, and they keep going like this throughout the whole packet. Okay, till they get to the very last card. And what the sloppy shuffle does is a few things. Number one, it makes face up to face down cards. This also makes face down to face up cards. And this also makes face down to face down cards. But I have my own shuffle I've been working on. All I have to do is snap my fingers, and I can show you. One card is face up, and it should be your Queen of Clubs. Okay, so, getting into this trick, this is actually called the sloppy shuffle, and I have a whole video on this trick as well. It's actually called slop, and I taught this before as well. So let's get straight into this. So you're going to start by handing the deck over to the spectator, and they can shuffle it. Let's see if I can teach this as well as I performed it, because I don't think I performed it that well. So what you're going to do is have a card selected, and if you want to, you can have it signed, but doesn't need to be. In this case, the 7 of clubs. Getting a lot of 7s today. All you're going to do is control the card to the bottom. Now, I did the retention shuffle, or the milk shuffle, to make it second from the bottom. And if you want to learn how to do that, make sure you check out my overhand shuffle video down below. But once you get it second from the bottom, all I do is I show the top card and I ask, is this yours? They'll say no. So I put it in the middle. And then I show this one. Is this your card? They'll say no. So I put this in the middle as well. So now their card is on the bottom. That's just something I do for hecklers, but of course you don't have to do that. If you have a great audience, you can just control it to the bottom. And now, you're going to ask them if they have ever been to Vegas. Doesn't matter if they say yes or no, because you're going to tell them that in Vegas there's something called the sloppy shuffle. Now, I don't know if there really is the sloppy shuffle, but this is what was said in the video I learned this from. So I will leave that down below as well. But if you have ever been to Vegas, you can let me know if this is a real thing for the sloppy shuffle. So now, all you're going to do, take some cards like this, 3, 4, 5, turn them face up, spread more cards underneath that, clip them with your thumb, and then turn these over. Spread some cards face up, spread some cards face down like this, clip them with your fingers, turn them face up, spread some more, clip them with your thumb, and turn them the other way. And all this does is it's going to make half face up, half face down, okay? So that's all the sloppy shuffle is going to be. So like this, and you're going to do this all the way to the bottom of the deck. And you want to keep these as tight as possible, because you don't want to expose the real secret of this. Once you get to the bottom, you're going to put this face up on top of the deck, okay? So I end it like this. I'm going to turn the deck over and then put it on top. And now you're in this position. This is their selection. You have face up to face down cards, and then you have face down cards, okay? So face down card, which is their selection, face up, and then face down. And now here's what you're going to do. You're going to notice there's going to be a break right here in the middle of the deck. This is where the face down and face down cards meet. So you're going to look for this break and go halfway above it, okay, or approximately. And you can show this shuffle creates face up to face down cards. Go for the break and then go halfway below, or approximately. And this also creates face down to face up cards. And then you're going to look for the break and break there. This creates back-to-back cards. I do it like this. Now we know this packet right here has their selection. So what you're going to do is after you're done showing this, you're going to take this packet and with my index finger, I turn it all the way and then I put it on top, making sure not to flash. And now you're all set. You can say something like, I've been working on a shuffle of my own. Snap your fingers. One card is face up, and it is there. 7 of clubs. Okay, so that was the sloppy shuffle trick. I hope you enjoyed that one. Here is the next trick, and it's actually going to use the box, okay? So, the spectator can shuffle up the deck, and once they're done, I'm going to riffle down and they're going to call out stop. So let's say right here, and in this case, we have the 4 of spades. The spectator wants to, they can sign the 4, but they don't have to. So now they're going to call out stop one more time. I'm going to put their card right about there, and they can push in the 4. And I can show you that your card isn't on top, and your card isn't on the bottom. But we're actually going to use the box here, and as you can see, it's totally empty, just like this. So I'm going to take the deck, put the cards inside the box, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close up the box just like this. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to go under the table and see if I can find your card, okay? So I'm going to try this with one hand, okay? I'm going to go under. I'm going to go ahead and take out one card just like this. Okay, perfect. My hand was right here, and I can show you we have one card here. So remember, the deck was shuffled. You had any card you wanted. We lost in the middle. Your card wasn't on the top, and it wasn't on the bottom. We have one card here. For the first time ever, name your card out loud. So let's say they do that right now, and I can show them the 4 of spades. But wait, there's one thing. The box here is actually still closed, leaving all the cards right here. Okay, so that is gonna be the next trick, and this is one I used to perform a lot in school, and I actually have a video on this as well. So here's what you're gonna do. I performed this a little differently than I would have, but here's the basic gist of how you're gonna do this. You're gonna need the box, and you're gonna want to control a card to the top. Now, in my case, I did a double lift. I'm gonna leave a link for 2 double lifts, because there's 2 ways you can do this. Okay, I'm gonna show you both ways. And luckily, I have videos on both double lifts as well. So all I did was I rippled down and they said stop. And I cut the packet. I did a strike double like this, and I showed the 9 of hearts. So there's going to be a card right underneath here. And then I turned it over. If they want to, they could sign the 9. They don't have to. And then I put it somewhere in the middle. It's the different card, leaving the 9 on top. That's one way you can do it, the strike double, which I will leave down below. Another way you can do this is with the center double lift, which I have a video on as well. So they call out stop. I say, are you sure? They call out yes. And of course, this is exposed, but the spectator wouldn't see this. And you can show them the 7 of diamonds. You can put it in, and now the 7 is on top. So you can really do anything you want. You just want the card on top. And then I did a double lift I've been working on for a while here. I haven't seen this anywhere else. But if this is actually a double lift with a video you can find, leave it down below. But if this isn't an actual double lift someone has come up with, and you want me to teach it, I will. But it's essentially just a riffle double. So I riffle up 2 cards, and I'm able to show that it's not on top when it actually is, okay? So let's say I riffle up, I grab 2 cards, and then I turn it over, okay? Right here, and then on the bottom. I don't know if that's an actual double lift someone has come up with yet, but if it is, let me know. And if it isn't, but you would like me to teach it, once I get better at it, just let me know and I will teach it. But of course, you don't have to. So now their card is on top. Hopefully this all makes sense. Just control their card on the top. And then you're going to put their the deck, if I can talk here, in the box. You can show how the box is actually empty. I'm going to put these in the box, and here's all you're going to do. You're going to squeeze the box, okay? You're going to want to play around with this to see which part of the box works better. But you're going to want this top card to actually bow up like it just did right then, okay? So you're going to put it in the box. You're going to squeeze it. The top card is going to bow up like this, okay? And then you're going to put the cards right into the box. Or you're going to close the box. And now that one card is right outside. So now all you have to do is put this in your pocket. And while this is in your pocket, you're going to come over with your one hand, okay? I'm going to press down the top of the flap with my index finger. I'm going to use my middle finger to peel out the card. And then I can grab this with my index finger in the back, hold down with my ring finger, continue pulling up, and then it's going to be out far enough for me to grab. It's not going to disturb the top flap. Then you can show the 7 of diamonds, and then the box was closed the entire time. So hopefully that all made sense, but I already have another video for this trick down below, which I will leave, which I explained it in much better detail. So that was the 3rd trick. Let's go ahead and get into the 4th trick. So this is a trick I actually used to perform all the time as my go-to trick when I actually learned about this, when I actually learned this one. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give the deck a few shuffles here. And I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction. So let's say I go ahead and I grab this box and I make a prediction. So say this one. I'm going to leave that right there. And actually, I think the box is over here. Gonna go through and make sure that's the prediction I want. Let's say out of these 2. Okay, I'm gonna stick with this one. Okay, I'm gonna put that in the box. here's what we're going to do. We're going to have 13 cards selected, okay? So let's say we go ahead and we select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, just like this. The spectator can shuffle up these 13, and then they're going to take out any 3 they would like. So out of these 3 cards here, let's say they take out a 10, or let's take out a 10, take out a 9, and a 2, just like this. And what we're going to do is add each of these cards up to 13. So because we have a 10 right here, I'm going to go 11, 12, 13. We have a 9, we can go 10, 11, 12, 13 as well. And for the 2, we can go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So now we're going to add each of these values up. So we have a 10 plus a 9, which is 19, plus 2 more, which is 21. We're going to deal 21 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Now, 22 was the 8 of spades, and 23 was the 4 of diamonds. Remember, you shuffled, you selected 13, then you selected 3, and we added those up to 13, and we got 21. And the card we landed on was the Jack of Spades. Remember my prediction at the beginning? And in this case, we have the Jack of Spades as well. So, that is the trick. Let's get into how to do this one. So this is a really nice trick, and this is one by Leonard Green. And I actually saw this on Michael Six's channel. So once again, all the sources I saw these from are going to be down below. So you can check those out. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to have 52 cards here, and there's 2 ways you can do this. I'm going to show you the way I did it, and then I'm going to show you one more way. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to hand the deck over to the spectator, and they're going to shuffle this up. After they're done shuffling up the deck, you're going to need to sneak a glimpse at the bottom card. Now, it was a little difficult in the performance. That's why I had to switch out a few cards here, because it wasn't the right prediction. But you're going to want to sneak a glimpse. Now, one way I would recommend this is asking the spectator if they have their phone on them. If they say yes, go ahead and ask them if they can open up the calculator app. And while they're reaching for their phone doing that, all you can do, okay, so notice I'm holding the deck here, 3 fingers on top, middle ring pinky, index on top, thumb in the back. Gonna rotate the deck like this, and grab it, and finish rotating. And you can sneak a little peek at the king of clubs, just like this. And then you can write down king of clubs, take out a second king of clubs, do whatever you would like. One more way is having this card already in the box, okay? They shuffle the deck, you take back the cards, you put them in the box, okay? So putting these cards on top of the king of clubs. So if we pull this out, the king of clubs will be on the bottom. And that's another way you can do it, okay? They can take out their phone, and then you can take back out the cards, and you're all set. But you just need the bottom card. Now you're going to have 13 cards dealt, okay? And it doesn't matter from where. If they choose that king of clubs, I'll show you what to do. Let's say they deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Out of these 13, they're going to choose 3. There's a few things you're going to want to remember. Number 1, for the values 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, they're going to remain those values. So a 9 is a 9, a 10 is a 10, a 3 is a 3, so on and so forth. A queen is going to be 12. The aces are going to be 1. The kings are going to be 13. And the jacks are going to be 11. So let's say out of these cards here, we go with a 9, we go with a 2, and we go with an ace. You're going to take the rest of these cards and place them on the bottom, moving your king of clubs up farther in the deck. Now you're going to count up to 13. So since we have a 9, you can go 10, 11, 12, 13. We have a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And with the ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And now you can either leave the cards here and then deal up to the value once you add up these 3 cards, or you can put them on the bottom of the packet. But now you're going to add these up. 9, 2, and 1 is going to be 12. So now you're going to deal 12, okay? So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and at the 12th card is going to be the king of clubs. Okay, so let's say we shuffle the deck and we have the ace of spades on the bottom. You make ace of spades your prediction, and you have them choose any 13 cards they would like, okay? Now, normally, people are going to move from up to down, choosing in little groups here. So all you want to do is watch out for that bottom card right here. So some people might go like this, and then they'll go like this. Okay, and then here, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and then the bottom card for 13, okay? I don't know why, but some people do that. All you're gonna do is go ahead and move this top card from the top to the bottom, putting that ace right on the bottom. So now you're all set. You're gonna go ahead, take the top card, and you're gonna explain number 13. Gonna put the top card to the bottom for 1, and then 3 down for 13. Top to the bottom for 1, and then 3 down for 13. You're gonna keep on doing this until you have 1 card, and that is the ace of spades. And that was the trick. Let's go over the final trick here, okay, because this video might be one of the longest, if not the longest, I have ever done. So here's the last trick, and hopefully I'm teaching these all good, but if I'm not, check out the description down below for all of the videos. And once again, I saw this from Michael6. He has a lot of great content, so make sure you subscribe to him. But here's what we're going to do. Deck is going to be shuffled, and I'm going to take out a few cards here to help us out. So let's say here, and then let's go with this, and then we'll go with these. Okay. So before we mess with this packet, I'm actually going to make a prediction or two in this packet. perfect. I'm going to place these inside the box as well. So now with this packet, I'm going to try to influence you to do something here. So I'm going to go ahead and give these a little mix-up here. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to hand this over to you, and I want you to deal with a few cards, but I don't want you to deal with 5 cards. I don't want you to deal with 4 cards, and I don't want you to deal with 3 cards. Just 2 cards. So the deck is cut, you can turn over 2, and you can cut it again. You can turn over the packet, turn over 2 cards, cut it, and then turn over the packet again. It doesn't matter. So let's say they take the packet, they turn over 2 cards, they cut it, they turn over the packet, turn over 2 cards, and they cut it. So now they're all good. They can deal the packet just like this, and I explain. Which packet would you like on top of the other? This one? Okay, perfect. What if I snap my fingers and all of the cards are facing one direction except 2, and those 2 cards are facing the opposite direction? Let's take a look and see. I snap my fingers, and in this case, we have 2 cards right here. In this case, we have a 5 and we have a 3. Remember, I made a prediction at the beginning. And if I take out the box here, you're going to see that we have 2 cards, and those just so happen to be the other 5 and the other 3 as well. So, this is probably my go-to trick when somebody asks me to show them a trick. Let me teach you how to do this. There's 2 ways you can do this. I'm not going to perform the second way, because I have never performed it the second way. I'm not a fan of it. But I thought I would show, but I'm going to teach you that one as well. But here's the first one. Let's see if I can teach this nice here without stumbling over my words. Once the deck is shuffled, you're going to take it back and you're going to want to look at the bottom 2 cards. In this case, a black queen and a black 8. You're going to go through the deck and while taking out 8 cards, okay, 2 of those cards out of the 8 cards are going to be the soulmates of the black queen and the black 8, okay? So as we can see, we have a queen of clubs and we have an 8 of spades. Now, if you just so happen to have a queen of clubs and a queen of spades on the bottom, either cut the deck or shuffle it one more time. You want 2 different cards on the bottom. So we have a queen of clubs and 8 of spades. I'm going to go through and take out 2 random cards. Doesn't matter what those are. And then I'm going to take out another 2 random cards. And then I'm going to find those queen of clubs and 8 of spades. Doesn't matter which one first. So 8 of clubs, queen of spades. And now you're going to take out 2 different cards, just like that. You're then going to go under the table or behind your back and make a prediction. Take these top 2 cards, turn them over, and put them somewhere in the deck. And then I put these in the box. So now, right here, we have 2 different cards. 2 different cards again. The queen and the 8, and then 2 different cards just like that. So now you explain to them that you're going to try to influence them. And all you're going to do is move these 2 cards, one in the 3rd position, one in the 7th position, okay? So we see the queen's in the 3rd position, so we can go ahead and go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now you're all good. Do it any way you want to. And then these other cards, you can actually mix up. It doesn't matter. Just keep the queen and the 8 in the 3rd and 7th position, but you can mix up these other cards. And now do just like the performance. Peel over 5 cards, turn those face up, peel over 4 cards, turn those over, and then peel over 3 and turn those over. And now you're going to do the same shuffle and cut procedure. I believe this is called the Cato principle, but someone can let me know down below if this isn't. So let's say they cut it and they turn over 2. And let's say they did that a few times. Once you're done, you're going to deal 2 piles like this. Doesn't matter which pile goes on top. Let's say this one. Flip it over and put it on top. And now you can explain the whole packet is going to be one way, except 2 cards, and those are going to be facing the opposite way. You can spread this out and show you have your Queen of Spades and your 8 of Clubs. When you take out the deck, you also have your Queen of Spades and your 8 of Clubs as well. So, that is the original way I would perform this if somebody wanted to see a trick. Let me get into the last way. I'm not going to do a performance on this one because this video is already long enough, and plus I don't like this way, but I thought I would show it anyway. So here's what you're going to want to do. First thing is you're going to take out a prediction. You're going to draw the number 8, okay? So make sure you have the number 8 here, and then you're going to have a heart and a diamond. And then you're going to fold the paper in half. So when you tear this, you're going to have 1 3 right here with a diamond, and another 3 right here with a heart. Hopefully that makes sense, but if it doesn't, check out Michael's video down below. Then right here, because you're going to end with a 3, you're going to have the 2 3s here. And then because you explained to them they're going to have one of the red 8s, you're going to have the red 8s there. And here's the only setup. You're going to put down 2 cards, put in a 3, okay? And then I put in the 2 8s. I put down another card, I put down a 3, and then I put down one more card. So the 2 3s will be 1 2 3, then the 4 5, which are the 2 8s, 6 7 for the other 3, and then 8. And the same trick, and the trick is just like before. You're going to have 5 cards, 4 cards, 3 cards. Let's say they cut, they turn it over, and then they turn over the packet. They're going to deal these out, put one on top of the other. You can spread these out. You have the 2 3s. It wasn't the 2 8s. You can tear it in half and show you have 1 3 here and another 3 right there. So, finally, we made it to the end of the video. These are my top 5 tricks I would perform whenever someone asks to see a trick. I hope you really enjoy this video. Let me know what other top 5 you would like to see and what other content you would like to see as well. If you're new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will come back with another video tomorrow I'm planning on. Bye.